Hey everybody, this is Tim from the TimThom Show, and everyone asks me, okay, I'm coming to Vegas, what do I wear? What's the temperature gonna be like? So I thought I would make a video and explain what your wardrobe should consist of when you're packing your suitcase for a Vegas trip. So let's start out in January. So January, you're gonna be in the middle of winter. So you're gonna have highs in the 50s, maybe low 60s for the daytime highs. In the nighttime, you're gonna get high 30s, low 40s. So yes, definitely bring a heavy coat. If you'd like to wear gloves, bring gloves. Long pants for sure. The nose, I wouldn't bring shorts, tank tops, swimsuits, flip-flops. You're gonna be too cold. I've had a lot of people, when I used to drive Uber, they would come in, all they would bring is tank tops and shorts in January and be freezing the entire time. And some people just think that it's sunny here and tropical the entire time, but no, it's quite cold in January. When it gets to February, it is around the 60s. It starts to get up towards 70. The lows at night get down to the 40s, so for the yeses, bring a jacket, still bring those long pants, maybe shorts. You're gonna definitely need pants at night for those cold 40s evenings. I wouldn't bring a suitcase full of only shorts or only tank tops or only swimsuits, but you could. Some places may be open. The end of February, this is when the locals, we plant our gardens. So I usually get my vegetables and things at the nursery on President's Day weekend. So that's when I plant my garden. It usually is just getting out of that danger of the frost, anything below 32 degrees. But you know, sometimes it could have a dip down and get down into the 30s, but that's unusual for February. Getting into March. All right, so it's gonna be in the 60s and 70s for the daytime highs. Lows are gonna be down in the 40s, high 40s, and 50s. So some hotel pools will start opening late March. This is when the pool season begins. So yes to the t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops, but you still probably might need pants or a light jacket for the nighttime, because it will get down in the 40s, 50s in March. You don't have to bring a heavy coat or gloves. It's warm enough, you don't need those in March. Okay, April. April is when it starts to feel like summer for a lot of places in the country. And when they come here, this is what they would expect summer to be like in their hometowns. So 70s, 80s, and 90s, and yes, it does fluctuate that much. Lows could be down in the 50s, 60s, but typically 70s. Most of all of the pools, actually most likely all of the pools, are going to be open by then in March. So yes, definitely with swim shorts, tanks, flip-flops, all of that. There are some pools that are year-round because they heat them. That would be like the Flamingo, the Link Paris, Harrah's, Bally's. There may be some other private pools that are open, but those ones would be heated, and not all hotels have those heated pools year-round. So getting into May, this is definitely summer weather. So 90s and 100s for the daytime highs. Lows gets down to the 70s. So June, July, and August are the hottest months. So this would be definitely safe to only bring light clothing and swimsuits. So just to give you an idea, so June is going to be in the hundreds and the 110s. Lows would be the 80s. July starts our monsoon season. Gets up to 105 to 115 during the day. Lows gets down in the 80s. Monsoon season means that the weather pattern changes and we start getting moist weather from the Gulf Coast. Sometimes it reaches us, sometimes it doesn't. This year it didn't reach us at all. But if we do get a rain, it's heavy torrential rain. So we get a lot of flooding. There'll be a lot of streets that flood, and we get the warnings. So just beware. Nothing to be alarmed about. Most of the hotels are safe for floods. However, there are places on the strip, such as the Flamingo, that I would highly recommend not parking in the lower levels in the garage, because those do flood during monsoon season. So just to be aware. August, the temperatures, this is our hottest month. Temperatures are in the 110s up to 120. Usually not over 120. It would be rare if it ever got to 120. Some people think that it's, so unbearable, but when it's a dry heat, and I know some people say that the dry heat, it feels better, but it's not like you're sticky and sweaty. It's just like a direct heat. You have to understand that the sun here, when it hits your skin, it feels like it's burning your skin, and you can tell that you are burning. So definitely bring sunscreen on all of these days during the summer. You will get burned for sure, so bring sunscreen. But it doesn't feel as hot as it normally would in a place that has a lot of humidity. So just something to be conscious about. September, I love September. It's usually in the hundreds, sometimes 110 at the beginning, but it cools down to the hundreds toward the end of September. Lows are in the 70s and 80s. October, we start getting our October weather, our fall weather, and you'll laugh because our fall weather is 90s and 100s. So it is a lot cooler. The lows get down in the 60s, so the actual streets actually will cool down at night, so it's very nice. So you can go sit by that campfire or have breakfast outside. This is really nice weather in October. It's one of my favorite months in Las Vegas. The pools are still open, so definitely bring a swimsuit. We don't close pools here until around the beginning of November. So beginning the first week of November, pools start closing, except for those year-round pools that I mentioned before. So getting to November, this is our volatile month, just like April. So it's 70s, 80s weather. Sometimes gets down to the 60s during the day, but not usually. Lows will be in the 50s, sometimes 40s. And then we start getting into winter again. So December and January are our coldest months. So December, we're looking at 50s and 60s during the high, lows in the 30s and 40s. So back to those winter clothes, heavy jackets, pants. Don't bring shorts, don't bring tank tops, don't bring a swimsuit, unless you plan on going to one of those year-rounds. But even then, I can't see that people go swimming in January or December and have to get out of the pool that's heated and it be 40 degrees. So it's up to you. But that is the weather for Las Vegas. I love it here. The best time, I think, is spring and fall because the weather is really hot during the day, cools off at night, feels great. You can get into the pool. You don't have to wear heavy clothes, and things start to bloom again. So we kind of have two springs, spring and then fall, because things start to get flowery. So if you do have allergies, that's another thing to be aware of, is there are allergies that come out in the fall, just like the spring, because everything is blooming again because the temperatures are so moderate. So there you have it, folks. I love Las Vegas. I live here, and I've been here for a long time, and I'll probably be here for a lot longer after that. So that's it for the TimThom Show. TimThom out.